Guten Morgen. Oh, yeah. Shando is being such an angel. Little eye cooling balm. Oh. Oh, hello there, guys. Hello. Bye. I hope you stick around a little longer. It's good to see you. How are you doing? Ganchi, Dennis, Justin, how are you doing? Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Yeah, it'd be a good day to recommend Bible verses today. Wouldn't you say? It's a good day for that. Hello. Hello, Rory. How are you doing? Sorry if I pronounce your name weird. I've always had a hard time pronouncing that name for some reason. I once dated a guy named Rory, and I had such a hard time with his name, Rory. It's a cool name. Happy Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, Ganchi. Happy Easter to all. So we're going to do a live stream right now. You know, I should check the connection in a minute here. And then I'm going to walk Shando. We're going to go to the store. And we're going to get some groceries to cook a feast for Easter. I don't know. I like to cook a feast on all the holidays. What I'm going to make, I'm not sure. Something not too heavy. Something light. Something springy. With one dessert. This isn't a butt chin. It's a dimple. It's not even like... More people have butt chins, or I wouldn't even call them butt chins because it's not nice, but cleft. A cleft in their chin. That's more like a crack. This isn't a crack. It's like a dot. It's a hole. It's a... Well, not a hole. It's because my chin didn't form completely in the womb. Thank you very much, Boomer. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's very much appreciated. But yeah, it is a birth defect in a sense, but a lot of people find them enviable actually because they lend structure and character to the face, you know? So I don't regret having it, and I know I've been bullied for it as a kid, especially, you know, as a sensitive kid. But now, you know, I get way more compliments for it than not. And as I get older, I grow into it. I like it a lot more than I used to. Or I just don't care. On me, it's just like I'm used to it. But when I see it on other people, I think, oh, wow, that's really cute, you know? And then I think, well, why don't I like mine then? You know, if I think everybody else looks cute with it, why don't I think I look cute with it? We're always so critical of ourselves, you know? One big wake-up call moment for me, and because I used to be super, and I still am sometimes, hard on myself, like mean to myself, cruel to myself, man. I've been cruel to myself. I've been absolutely just self-deprecating, worse than that. That's an understatement, you know. If I did something wrong, or didn't, or at least didn't do it right, I was just putting myself down all the time. And that would really bother people who loved me. That was something about me that bothered them, the fact that I put myself down so much. Well, I knew someone who did that. I met someone who did that too. They put themselves down, and they were one of my best friends, and it made me cry because, I realized, like, that's how I'm making my loved ones feel when I talk down on myself, I hear someone else talking down on themselves, and it hurts me to hear them talk about themselves that way. And I realize that when I talk down on myself just as well, if not worse, makes it, that's how it makes other people feel. It makes other people feel really bad. And so so I try to be kinder to myself. It's like, how would you talk that way to your best friend, or to anyone for that matter? No, unless you're a jerk. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I try to be as compassionate towards myself as I would to anyone else now, because I know how much it hurts my loved ones for them to see me suffer, and for them to see me hating on myself, It's just wrong. It's just wrong on so many levels. We don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. They don't. They shouldn't have to, you know, uh, be hurting because they're watching me hurt myself. Yeah, our mind is a prison that we can escape from. Well, I mean, kinda. When it comes to addiction, yes. Yes, you can escape that prison. It takes time and it takes work, but it's all worth it. Makes you stronger, makes you more resilient and more compassionate towards those who deal with the same thing. And I've heard people say, like, shame on this person here, referring to me, for being online, or just, for anybody being my friend or supporting me or anything positive coming my way because I was an addict. Like, I don't deserve anything. I'm a piece of trash now. That's how some people rarely have treated me on here. Very rarely. It's happened twice that I can recall, or that I've seen. And that's terrible, man. I mean, so many of us deal with addiction. And it doesn't matter what addiction it is, man. It's an escape. Yeah, at least I didn't completely, permanently sedate myself. And you know what I mean by that. Like, I'm glad that I'm alive. That was an escapism from a very difficult time that I was experiencing. And that terrible events and moments and just circumstances that went on for years. And I just wanted an escape. I could not, like, after that whole incident with my boyfriend cheating on me, I didn't want to even be alive anymore. I was, I didn't want to croak, I didn't want to sleep forever, but I wanted to not feel anymore. I felt way too much. Sometimes you got to learn to live with your feelings. That's what a lot of meditation's about, learning to live with the feelings and be compassionate. Thank you, Obi. I appreciate that. And thank you, Bamology. I'm an addict to love and positivity, even when the other person is giving shit. So we need more people like that in this world. Like you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cheetah. Cheetah. I've been sick my whole life. Sometimes you just want the pain to stop. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I find, you know, having Shando, having my dog has really helped too, man. Having someone to be responsible for, someone to take care of, whether it's a dog, whether it's, you know, family or anything. Yo, last night, or, you know, s- right after I ended the live stream, I forget when that was. It wasn't that late, but started doing chores and I cleaned the whole entire house. I just cleaned pretty much as I could. I was sweating bullets, dude. Like every single pore was just like sweat coming out of it. So sweaty. And then I cleaned the kitchen, I cleaned the bathroom. I didn't get around to cleaning my room very much. However, I did clean my bedside table, which embarrassingly enough was covered in weed tar. Because you know how it is when you're a big pot smoker. Fortunately, I haven't had any. Really, I feel so much better without it. I know it's good for some people, helps some people, I should say. And I've mentioned that it, you know, seizures and glaucoma and a lot of other things. But for me, it's just specifically, it just doesn't work. I'm getting too old for it. Yeah, I was like 20 when I started smoking that shit. I mean, that's pretty young. That's almost like a teenager. Well, yummy. Yummy you legacy. What do you think? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh snap. Oh snap. Whoa. Oh yeah. Whoa shit. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do this one. I'm 24 and love you from Kenya. Thank you. I didn't smoke until I was 25. I quit instantly. I wish I was like that. My sister was like that too. She tried it once. And then she was like, I don't like the way this makes me feel. I so wish that I was like that. Same with my big brother. He's like that too. Like, if he ever tried some, he didn't want any anymore because he didn't like it, the way it made him feel. Ugh. Instead, I have this addictive personality where if I try it, I'm like, well, I know it's going to, if I don't feel good now, they tell me that it's going to make me feel better the next time I do it. And yeah, it's just, it's not a good place for me to be. I have such an addictive personality. I just instantly become addicted to anything that's going to make me not care, you know? That's not good. It's not good to not care. I mean, I do care, but it's like I care less. I'm less anxiety ridden, at least, but at what cost? There should be, I mean, it actually kind of makes me feel more anxious in a way. Not right after I smoke, but later on and carrying on into the next day. I feel guilty, you know, I feel lethargic, don't feel like doing things. I sleep in too much, stay up too much. So it's not a good place for me. Oh, I'm not feeling guilty now. I didn't say I was feeling guilty now. I said that when I smoke weed, I feel guilty because it makes me not productive. Makes it so that I, that sense of lethargy and anxiety is increased and carries on into the next day. And it's like it defeats the purpose that I'm looking for there. So I'm just looking for other ways to help my anxiety. I think it's good for me to make sure I get plenty of vitamin D, walk a lot. I love walking. I love walking. The hell is that? A little piece of red there, huh? I've never tried Indian weed. Grenade. Coffee is necessary. In fact, I'm going to make myself another cup. I just had one. That sounds good. I fucking love coffee. Who doesn't like coffee? I guess some people don't, but it's one of my favorite things, for sure. Thank you, Taran Pandita. Thank you very much. Why do you want me to say grenade real fast, dude? I don't get it. Don't know. Are you, perhaps spamming me? It's not a riddle. Bye-bye. That's annoying. We're not dealing with that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Hey, ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Hey, Macrella, how are you doing? Stop using. It's all about moderation with weed. I smoked before a project. That's the thing. I tried to be moderate, and it just doesn't work for me. I smoke it once, I feel like crap the very next day, and it becomes a cycle. It just becomes a cycle with me. I have an addictive personality, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Hey, happy Easter. How you doing? Dun 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 dun. Yeah, likewise. Likewise, PLS. I also have. If you haven't been able to tell already, I do have an anxious personality as well. That's what's led to a lot of my problems. I try to use it for something good. I used to tell myself that, hey, my nervousness, my anxiety is like like a sign that I should be doing something productive or that I'm missing something in my life. Oops. Sometimes we just want to be comfortable, yo. Sometimes we just want to escape. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's normal. But we should try to find healthier means. It's when we start hurting ourselves that it gets bad. I'm tired of hurting myself, you know? No more of that. Living healthier. Thinking healthier. Hey, you have a great Easter too, Hunter. Hey, thank you, DeVince. I don't think that's a... I didn't say it makes you lazy. It makes me, personally, not motivated. Actually, sometimes it makes me want to get up and do a bunch of chores. Sometimes it just makes me want to sit in bed all day and do nothing. I think it depends on the strain or the day or the mood of the weed, whatever. But when I don't smoke weed, I'm up and I'm working and I'm doing things. I'm coordinating well, my speech easily. The thing is, I don't just see things from my point of view. I know that it's good for some people and it's not good for others, and it's personally not good for me. I think it's closed-minded to be like, oh, it's good for everybody, when in fact it's not. It's not good for everybody. It's good for some people. It's not good for everybody. It isn't a stereotype. A lot of people do get lazy when they smoke weed. Hell, I know some people who, once they start smoking weed, they do absolutely nothing with the rest of their day. All they feel like doing is watching YouTube or the news or whatever and laying in bed. Not moving, even. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It helps some people. But personally, for me, no, not so much. It really doesn't help me out. I wish I could enjoy it. Also gets worse the older I get. No, it's just, that's a symptom. That's a common symptom. Maybe you don't experience it, but I do, and other people do. Sometimes depending on I don't know, the strain, I really don't know. Sometimes it makes me want to get up and start cleaning, but I can't focus on anything else other than maybe my video games or TV. I can't keep my mind focused on a book, which I should read more. I love reading. I've got ADHD, and that's where a lot of my anxiety comes from too. I know a lot of people say they have that, but that runs in my family pretty severely. My dad has it really bad. And I get it from him, I'm pretty sure. That's one reason why I'm, attracted to stuff like that. Sometimes it makes me introspective, it makes my mind centered, and at other times, most of the time, it just makes me tired and feeling kind of groggy and fatigued all day the next day. I'm not a fan of that. I like being productive. I like getting shit done. Skyrim's going good. The moment after I smoked, I was productive, but an hour after smoking, I went from productive and dumb and tired. Yeah, that's pretty similar to me, actually. Right after I smoke, during it, it's like for like an hour or two, I'm just like doing things, maybe cleaning. But then later on, I'm just munching and sleeping and not doing anything else. And yeah, just, I can't. And then I can't concentrate on anything. I'm just sort of an anxious wreck and I need more, And yet the more I consume it, the less I can feel it to its, at its best at all. It just doesn't feel good. For me, at least. That's just personal. I'm not saying that's the way it is for everybody. At all. Oh, snap. Oh, baby boy. It's just a little muffin. Just a little pumpkin muffin. Look at him. Want to see Shando? Little baby. Little teddy bears. Wow. Look at the jowls all bunched up. His jowls all bunched up like a teddy bear. Oh my goodness. Hey, happy Easter. Thank you, American Patriot. How you doing? How you doing on Easter Sunday? Weed made the ADHD super busy in my head. Yeah. Yeah, kind of, it's like I do that stuff to kind of try to counteract it, but it just makes it worse for me too. See, like it just doesn't work for everybody. And we should respect that, you know? Not dismiss people when they talk about their experience and how they handle things. Just because you can take it well, just because you like it, or I know when I was trying to like promote that and act like it was the best thing ever. Well, there was a time when I was younger and it did make me feel good, but I would have gotten so much more done if I didn't ever do that. Actually, I spent so much time waking and baking even before going to work in school. And it was few and far between the times that I was able to experience, smoking weed with, and while being productive. I guess it's nice when I'm hiking or being in the woods and all that, but when it comes to just getting things done, it's and a lot of it is just combined with the fact that I was depressed and I wanted to sleep, you know. Especially at that time when my relationship was falling apart with the ex, but yeah, they were all about that shit. It's oh yeah, it just makes me feel tired and depressed now. That's just me. That's just my experience. And many other people's too. Hmm. Fix that. Hello, Auntie. Another one bites the dust. I don't see anything wrong with weed, I mean, you do you, but it just doesn't really help me out. I don't care what anyone else does with their own time and money, unless they're hurting anyone else. Unless it's a little kid. Yeah, I would care if you were like a little kid. Oh, I'm gonna go smoke weed. No, you don't want to do that. Destroy your developing brain like that. Really isn't good for kids. A lot of kids do smoke that shit. The Northwest is a little depressing because we don't get enough sunlight throughout the year, I think. That's why I take vitamin D. Trying to be more diligent about taking my vitamin D. Yes. Well, I'm not saying it makes you lazy. It makes me not motivated. Doesn't mean I'm lazy. Just because weed is making me feel lazy or unmotivated does not make me a lazy person. I work all the fucking time. I'm constantly doing things for other people and working and working for myself. And, you don't have a right to judge people like that. Yeah, saying, oh, just because weed makes you lazy, that just means you are lazy. I don't believe that one bit. Just about, most people I know who smoke weed say, oh, I love weed, but it makes it so that I'm not motivated or I don't feel like doing much. Just like, I just want to chill. That's why it's associated with chilling and just being a couch potato. Doesn't mean that that's everybody who does it, but it certainly doesn't, it certainly dampens the motivation, and just, that's just a fact that's well known about weed. It reduces motivation significantly. That does not mean shame on that person, they're lazy. That's kind of dumb. Yeah, it's nice when you're cooking food too. Yeah, for sure. Being a productive, functional pothead takes practice. Yeah, well, I'd been smoking it since I was 20. And it seems like I was able to when I was younger, but it just gets worse as I get older. It just makes me depressed. And also, to that one guy, being depressed doesn't make you lazy either. And weed can make some people, such as myself, feel depressed. That's just my own experience, and you don't have to respect it. You don't seem like the kind of person who respects other people's experiences with things. Just want to defend the weed at all costs. No one's saying it's bad. I have to reiterate that a million times for people who just hear whatever they want to hear so that they can play devil's advocate or fight back or whatever. It's stupid. No, I never said it was bad. I said it doesn't do me much good. When I smoke it, it makes me depressed and not motivated. Doesn't mean I'm lazy. I work every day. And that doesn't mean it has to be a 9-to-5 job. I'm helping my family out. I'm cleaning the house. I'm taking care of my dog and the shopping. I go to the grocery store for my dad and go shopping and all kinds of things. And this live stream, this is work too. And I'm glad people have come up to me, or not come up, but you know what I mean, like, in my comments, telling me that my content actually helps them with their recovery, with feeling motivated. So it's worth it. Also, I paint. Yeah. Also, not smoking weed for me would be great for my wallet. Not to mention, I sure would love to save that money. I spend so much money on weed. Just because you feel less motivated on weed does not make you a lazy person. That it's not the weeds because you're lazy. That's foolish. Trying something here. There we go. Hey, you ever ate Easter too? Why do you keep calling me your auntie? I was prescribed weed for nerve pain in my lower legs as I've got bilateral neuropathy, and I smoked it once and was blitzed off my dial, but I don't do it again as I didn't like the high feeling. Yeah, you see, it's not for everyone. Even people who are taking it for medical purposes, you know, it's like they might try it and not even like it. You just got to find what works for you. Doesn't make anyone lazy, doesn't make anyone a bad person, whether they use it or not. You do you. Do what makes you feel good, not because other people do it, not because like you want to fit in or like peer pressure or because someone's going to shame you for not using or using. Do what's right for you. Do what's right for you. Don't listen to people. They want control over other people like that. They want to have control over other people. Because maybe, and they won't admit this, they probably don't have much control over themselves. They talk the talk and don't walk the walk. I'm on the edge of glory. Na, 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 na. On the edge with you. Not on the edge with you. I'm on the edge of glory. Real subtle, real subtle. Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys. Am I going somewhere? Why do you ask? Yeah, I'm going somewhere today. But I can put on my makeup whether I am or not. Just so you know. You know, people like to... I'm not saying you do, but some people like to point that out like they assume I'm not going anywhere. Like, why? Why is that? Why do you assume I'm not going anywhere? Not you. I mean, other people that do that. Assume that I got nothing. Some people just assume upon first arriving to my stream and inspecting with me, they're just like, oh, this person has no life. You know, it's disgusting when people make assumptions about people they don't know. It happens on the internet all the time. It's par for the course, but probably because the IQ just keeps getting lower and lower. But you see, I don't get people like that. But yeah, I like to put on makeup. I enjoy it. So what? Like, yeah, obviously I'm a biological female, but just so you know, I hate that term. I hate the term cis. It's dumb as hell. You know, the same person who tried to coin the term cis tried to also coin the term minor attracted persons. They're trying to normalize that shit. It's disgusting. I have nothing against trans people, but when I hear people say cis, it makes me disgusted. Why don't you slam a clam in your whatever? Slam? I mean, it's your namesake. Yeah, well, you're disgusting, Josh. Bye-bye. No, I'm not a man, just so you know. But I have one thing for you. One thing for you. There you go. There you go. You're also probably jealous because I have a stronger jawline than you. You're chinless, probably. I mean, totally. You're absolutely chinless, Josh. Bye bye. Yeah, I am coming off the Suboxone. What about it? You thought I was? Like, who said I wasn't? God, there's just people just completely making things up out of the clear blue. Yes, I'm coming off of Suboxone. Oh, I thought you were coming off of Suboxone. Oh, yeah, I am. And I'm doing a really good job of it. In fact, I should be taking what they're prescribing me, but I'm taking way less. In fact, what day is it? It's the 5th. Yeah, in 5 days, I should be out. Yet I have a whole new, like, whole box left of it. I just got onto the second box, and I still have some from the first box. You know, I'm doing an excellent job of that. But anyway, I have nothing to fucking prove to you. I don't look smacks. I think that's dumb as hell. Do you? What about smart smaxing? What about intelligence maxing, man? What about compassion maxing? How about kindness maxing? How about recovery maxing? Yeah, you guys are so superficial. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. Looks maxing. Hell no. Hell no. And I see guys do that and bashing their faces in with hammers. It's disgusting. And it's stupid. Looks maxing is a term for really stupid people. I know, man. It's just so dumb. F that shit. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, but putting on makeup isn't looks maxing. It's enhancing my natural features. And it's an art as well. It's been around for millennia, since like the ancient Sumerians, Mesopotamia. There's evidence of even like the Stone Age. There's evidence of people applying makeup. It's an art. It enhances. It can either you can make it look clowny, but I use it to enhance my natural features or to just have fun. Yeah, the way they bash their faces in with the hammer, man, I was just shocked. And not only that, but they come out of it. I mean, I don't know if this is from the hammer. You wouldn't think the hammer would do anything to help your appearance, but they look like handsome Squidward, these guys. But, you know, it's just dumb. It's all lies, too. Like the tongue positioning thing, like, I don't know. It's dumb. Doesn't do anything permanent for you. Oh, thank you, Inner Panic. I appreciate that. No, someone brought it up and I responded to how stupid it is. Whatever. I'm responding to comments, dude. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah. Yeah. It depends, though, and the circumstances and the situation. Yeah, of course, I'd rather be good looking than not. But, in some situations, not always, but men are intimidated by you if you're a woman and you're very, very, very attractive. I'm not saying that I am, but if you're a woman and you're very, very, very attractive, then a lot of men will be intimidated by you, and a lot of women will hate you or be jealous of you. Not all. I'm not saying all. I'm not making a generalization. I'm just saying it's common for, like, if you're very, very, very attractive women, there are some cons, but much fewer than the pros. You know, I mean, having the face card is real. People do treat attractive people nicer a lot of times, I've noticed. But sometimes in certain situations, it's not always the case, you know. It's wrong to treat human beings like they're unicorns, like they must be privileged, they must be you're basically condemning them, and it's like shame on them for how they're born. You know, looks don't last. Yet it's all anyone ever cares about. It's all anyone fucking cares about. That and money. Looks and money. It's all people care about. Why not try to be a good person? Ugly people hate good looking people. Yeah, I know. But you know, I mean, I wouldn't come out and call them ugly, but there are jealous people. I wouldn't say that they're ugly necessarily, but there are people who are jealous of people who are good looking, and you know, try to make them feel bad, putting them down. Yeah, I knew someone who told this one really gorgeous girl that her eyes were small, you know, just to put her down, just to make her feel insecure. You know, yo, your eyes are small. And she knew that that was something she was very insecure about, too. She knew that this girl was super insecure about the size of her eyes. Kind of like Kirsten Dunst, you know? And, yeah, it's just, why don't we just be kind to each other? Stop acting like looks are the end all be all. And stop acting like a person's character is, you know, it has anything to do with their appearance. You know, I'll tell you what, one of the ugliest of human traits, in my opinion, is jealousy, envy, and pride for sure. Mm. Better to buy love for an hour than be played with your time. Yeah, that's why I'm careful about the partner I end up with, or, you know, significant other that I meet in my life, because I don't want any more of my time wasted, I'll tell you what, with someone who's just going to inevitably, I don't know about inevitably, but someone who will likely cheat on me or hurt me, or, you know, I respect myself more than that. I'm not going to, you know, be taken advantage of anymore. Never gonna, it's not gonna happen. I'd rather be alone, which is different than being lonely, than end up with someone who doesn't appreciate me, takes me for granted, screams at me for the littlest minor misstep. And I mean screams at me and doesn't let me hear the end of it. I'm setting the bar even higher than that. Like, I mean, lower than that even. Like, that's just terrible. I'm not gonna be a doormat ever again. How about some lip balm? I'm very paranoid and bipolar. My girlfriend knows that, but she works with me and always calms me down. You see, that's a good partner. That's a good partner right there. Pocket McLockett. Pocket McLockett. I like your name, by the way. But yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, I need to find someone who loves and respects me just like that. It shouldn't be that hard to find, but man, it's so discouraging when you realize just how self-centered everybody is these days. Like people aren't willing to commit, but like that's the thing. I feel like if they are willing to commit, that means they really do love you. If not, they're just fantasizing about an idea. Just like people who say, I want to be an artist but don't want to put in the time to paint. They love the romanticized idea of being an artist and a painter, but they're not willing to commit to the work and the practice that it takes. Same thing with love. People think that like, oh, everybody gets married. I want a happily ever after. Oh, it's so romantic, but they're not willing to put in any of the work. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Do these look like male hips to you? Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, baby. Aw. He's in my birth spot.
Sweetheart, baby, we're gonna go on an adventure today. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. I sure love you. I sure love you. Oh, I know. I know you're tired of mama's shit. I'm gonna go make myself some coffee. I know, isn't he cute? Hey, thank you, Carlos. Thank you for coming to my stream. Hope to see you again. You have a happy Easter, too. Okay, coffee. Coffee? Coffee makes you stronger. So, coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. Colombian roast. Okay. I need to get some stuff for smoothies, too. You need a Shando? Oh, I did turn that on. Good. I'll show you my Shando. My sweet baby boy. Sweetheart. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yes, you're a sweet boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. I love you. What you thinking about? What you thinking about? Yes? 'Cause you're good. You're a sweetheart. Oh, I love you too. You're a baby. He's looking at me. You're a baby, dears. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. Oh, don't. It's nothing. Teddy bears. Teddy bears. And the jowls. The kissable jowls. I know. I know. Happy Easters with the little paws. What? I would give you a kiss, but I'm wearing lip gloss. He's 3 years old. He's 3 years old. I would give you a kiss, but I'm wearing lip gloss. Lip gloss. Okay. Oh, drink your water. What kind of dog? He is from most to least. He's got Golden Retriever, Boxer, Rottweiler, American Pit Bull Terrier, and Mastiff. From most to least. No, I'm not in Portland. I'm not. And why are you trying to gauge that anyway? No, I'm not in Portland. But I'm not gonna give you any more hints as to where I live. Weirdo. That's really weird. That's a really weird comment. You're not welcome here. Bye-bye. Oh, God.
Now that bothers me when people try to gauge where I live. Believe it or not, my dog would kick that guy's ass. Yeah, well, haircut does not determine gender. I know some people think that. I know you don't, but I know some people do. Some people actually think that if I have short hair, it must mean I'm a dude. I've had short hair most of my life, too. You know, pixie cut. Used to be that women could get, and you know, women can get their hair cut short and have it feminine looking, you know? Is it pixie cut? Pixie cuts are female, feminine. And like, you know, I've had it where people assume, oh, I must be a dude because I've got that haircut on Facebook. You know, it was so dumb. I know, pixie cuts are cool and I can actually pull it off, but I'm just trying out a longer do this time. You know, kind of. A lot of women, and I do the same thing, change our hairstyle when we enter a new chapter of our lives. Anyone else ever do that? Because I had short hair most of my life, or a bob, and I'm now trying to, you know, ever since I've been recovering from the heroin, actually, I should say, ever since the cafe closed down that I worked at for 10 years, I've been growing my hair out. I don't know, it just feels refreshing to, you know, for a change like that for once. Hey, you have a good day too, Pocket McClocket. Thank you for coming to my channel and subscribing. Well, you're gonna go practice driving. Oh, I hope you get your license too, man. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I need to do that as well. I need to learn how to drive. Yeah, it's none of their business where I live. Exactly. Those comments like that creep me out just a tad. Just a tad. Who am I kidding? It's extremely creepy. Ooh. Let's see. I messed that up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go grocery shopping at maybe around, you know, stop the live stream around 2 o'clock and then go grocery shopping. Walk Shando to the store. They love him at that grocery store. They treat him like a local celebrity. Yeah, Shando's very expressive and very well behaved when he meets people. Very classy dog. Yeah, I'm stopping weed again. I'm trying to quit weed. It doesn't make me feel good. Tried to take a break from it. I went without it for a month and thought, hey, it probably wouldn't harm me if I tried some again. It might even make me feel better, you know. No, did not make me feel better. I have an addictive personality. It becomes a never-ending cycle with me, and yeah. Not saying it's bad for everyone, but it's not that good for me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we people shouldn't judge others who don't smoke. What's really funny, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't in that regard. If I am smoking, there are people here who will criticize me up and down the yin yang. And, you know, shame on me for smoking weed. Oh, I'm here talking about recovery, and now I'm smoking weed. Like, it's a hard drug. That's not, and it, by the way, it's legal here. And then when I'm not smoking weed, I have people still coming up and judging me like, oh, yeah, if you feel like you're lazy and we, you know, people who are, if weed makes them lazy, that just means they're lazy. Or, you know, just assuming that Just because I say, and I clarify constantly, because I guess I have to, I shouldn't have to, that it's good for some people, it's not good for me. I'm not judging other people that do it. I'm just saying it's not good for me. I can't simply bluntly say, hey, it's just not good for me. No, I got to explain to these children that it's good for some people. It's not good for me. And yet they still judge, yet they still only pick out things they want to hear, so that they can argue with you. It's Yeah, they're the ones stereotyping, actually. Making generalizations about how everybody should feel. I'm not saying that weed makes everybody lazy. Can make, it just makes me and a lot of people not in the mood for certain activities. Doesn't mean you're lazy. I'll do a lot of chores while I'm smoking weed. I worked real hard when I was smoking weed. That's usually the time at the cafe where I worked. I worked solo in the afternoons, and I'd clean up the whole place after we closed the doors. After we're done serving people. That's when I'd start smoking weed, and then start cleaning like crazy. Doesn't mean I'm lazy, but I certainly don't feel like doing things as often that like I end up not being motivated to do other things that I should do, unless I'm being pressed to do them, or unless I feel some strong obligation. Yeah, I'm pretty stony baloney too most of the time. I mean, I don't work at that cafe now anymore. So it's like, for instance, it's like in the mornings and it carries on into the next day. I don't feel like doing anything but sleeping in, you know? I don't feel up to talking to people or doing this live stream even after I've smoked a ton of weed. I don't. I just feel tired, groggy, lethargic, and I would rather just sit around and browse YouTube videos. Otherwise, I'm up and ready to do practically anything that I can do. Yeah, I mean, I was smoking all day, every day practically. It wasn't good for me. For about 15 years, more or less. It is expensive. That's a big thing. It's expensive. Be able to save so much money if I stop doing that. Ugh. I can only imagine how much I've spent on that shit. I can only imagine hundreds and thousands over the course of my life. I like being productive. I like getting stuff done. That gives me a healthy high. The high that they refer to as being like high on life sort of high. Like the type of high you get from exercising or completing a painting. It's not good to be addicted to like shopping, or anything that's gonna empty your wallet completely, you know? But I feel good when I get something I need and it works real well for me. It's like, why didn't I get this before? This would have made my life so much easier. Like this chair. Better for my back. You see that other chair I was gaming on? like one of the, it's a very old chair. It's metal. It's just a metal classroom chair with no back support whatsoever. Not to mention that Tempur-Pedic mattress topper I got now. That helps me sleep better. Very necessary. But if, you know, I've wasted money on clothes that I don't like, you know, I feel bad about that. But that was a while back. That was like years ago. I love that Hippocrates. I love that. I would love to go shroom picking. Too much of anything. Yeah, anything, exactly. Anything out of moderation can make you feel like an addict. Absolutely. Just not only out of moderation, but it's more than that. It's when it becomes a never-ending cycle where you just can't let it go. And you're so desperate for it that it's all you can think about, and it affects your day-to-day life and relationships and conflicts with everything. And it's something that could potentially make you even lose your job because it's all you can think about doing. Oh, really? I'll have to look into that. You'd think it would be kind of easy here because it is humid-ish throughout most of the year. Amanita. Hey, namaste. Namaste. Yeah, Jack Daniels was also my go-to drink at one point. And before my best friend passed away, I was able to keep a bottle in my cupboard and not touch it, just sort of as a security blanket. And other people would come and take it eventually, and I wouldn't even get a single drop. But then when my best friend passed away, and I was trying to trying to kick the monkey off my back with the heroin. I was trying to quit the heroin for a month. It seemed to be going along okay. And then my best friend passed away. And then I started using again shortly after that and drinking like crazy. And that nearly ended me. I'm going to get my water. Yeah. It's a slippery slope. Boston, you're not telling me anything I don't know. I was a pack and a half a day cigarette smoker. It's the only thing keeping me from doing that. At least my lungs feel a lot better. So many people I know vape, but that doesn't mean I should vape. That's not why I vape. It's because I'm trying not to smoke cigarettes. Why would anybody accept a marriage proposal from someone they don't know online, my friend? Can you explain that to me? Wowzers, trousers. Sorry, I'm just such a pretty nail color. What the hell? I know. Marry me. I'm from India, interior designer. Sorry, bro. No can do. Doesn't work that way. That's not how life works. That is totally not how life works, my friend. Yeehaw! Yippity-yay. People are ridiculous. Like, what is that? People asking me to marry them on my live stream? Like, weird. They gotta be trolling, man. They gotta be trolling. Bye-bye. Some of these incels are angry about what me calling them out on their weirdness, asking me to marry them. Bye-bye, Monty. Wow. Sorry, I'm painting my nails. Is that okay? Is it okay? They're such a pretty color. Yes, bye-bye, Monty. It's just a nice thing to do while I'm doing this, because I won't get impatient while I'm sitting here. Time goes by so fast when I'm talking to you guys and stuff that I can actually get these nails to look nice without wrecking them. Isn't that a pretty color? It's dark cherry. Looks very dark. Need something for my cuticles. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gift. What are you guys doing for Easter? Yeah, let them have their 2 cents. It's free promotion for the channel. I agree. Yeah, unless people are trying to promote using drugs because they want to get people on my channel to relapse or whatever because they're just evil. Or unless, people are just being absolutely malicious, then it's okay. The trolls are okay. It does get annoying, though, when people assume that I'm like a man or something. That's super annoying. It's just, I don't get why I don't know why I get that so often. Because I have a strong jawline or what? Because here's the thing, people have told me it happens on other channels. So I went to go investigate. And I do not see other women, like, getting called out as, like, men, called men like I am. In fact, I haven't seen it at all yet. Which is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've seen people be racist towards Asian women, assuming that they eat dogs and stuff, which is just messed up. Yeah, I'm a doormat for nobody. Exactly. Some of these guys probably would love it if I were their doormat. Hi. Oh, thank you. Here, sorry. Door my nails.
It's all right. I'm gonna put it right there.
Dankeschön. It's my coffee. Yeah, this stuff's almost out. No. Oh, Focus, focus, focus. Stay focused. Okay. It's not that serious. I know, stupid questions are part of being on the internet. Just, it's something you gotta get used to when you're relatively new to it, Especially if you're not used to such stupidity around you. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's amazing that people expect to know everything about a person upon just seeing their face, Just seeing their face once for a few split seconds, and they think they know everything about you. It's just, yeah, it's kind of a little bit mind-boggling at first. Yeah, I'd rather, that's why, I wouldn't want to be super, super famous unless it was, unless I were renowned. I'd rather be a character actor than be an lead actor. I'd rather be known for my skill and my craft than for drama, which is what a lot of more famous actors are known for. I'd rather be more like Kathy Bates than, say, I don't know, Angelina Jolie or whatever. Actually, Angelina Jolie's pretty cool. She's respected. Who am I thinking of? There are some celebrities who can't seem to avoid drama. Oh man, I wouldn't want to be Ariana Grande. She seems like such a miserable, insecure person. She had a whole pro-Anna Tumblr, allegedly. What I mean by that is pro-anorexia. And she loves stealing other women's husbands and boyfriends and stuff. It is disgusting. Just because she's Ariana Grande, she's so entitled. She's just so bent out of shape. I don't know about how bent out of shape she is, but she was indignant, if you will, about the fact that she didn't get an Oscar for just 2 movies. 1 or 2 movies or so, right? I mean, how entitled can you be? Thing is, studio executives are intimidated as shit by her because of her social media following. And that's an issue on set. Someone who just you can't say no to. Someone who always has to have their own way. She's just a super entitled person. That's why she was licking donuts. She thinks she owns the place. Yeah, I can't stand Ariana Grande. She's not a good person. Hi there. I have tried meditation. I love meditation. I'd always meditate when I was on the train, on my way to work, or on my way to the meetings and such. It really helped, and I should get back into it. Should do it in just a quiet place, where I'm still. It's nice to have a dynamic sound, though, to focus on. Focus on the ocean, or the wind, or the rain, or the radio, or maybe not the radio, but you could turn on some type of white noise that's calming and relaxing. And it helps me, at least. Helps me to focus better. Hey, I'm feeling good. How are you feeling, Deezy? Yeah, I mean, more and more people are beginning to see her for who she is. No one thinks it's cute, the way she goes around destroying relationships, being a homewrecker. No one thinks that's cute. She might think it makes her look like the superior woman, but screw her. I can't stand people like that, dude. She's just not a good person. Point blank. Hey, happy Easter. Feeling good. How are you feeling? Our environment kind of molds our entire character, so yeah, gotta keep rebalancing against influences. Exactly. Yep. Absolutely. You know, it's like when I stopped doing the heroin, I don't hang out with any of those people. What's really interesting about that, however, is that ever since I stopped using the heroin, I mean, I was still like going down the same street right next to their apartment, that like the dealer, on my way to work, because it was the close, like it was a shortcut, right? Uh, no part of me wanted to go and use or anything like that. I had my dog with me and everything. I'd always pull my hood up so no one would be able to recognize me. And I had a mask, you know, just for that purpose. But here's the thing. I'd usually every now and then see them outside their apartment having a smoke or out there on the steps. And I never saw them ever again ever since I quit. And I had to wonder if they got busted or something happened to them. It would not surprise me. Because I mean, one of the last times I went and bought some from that person, during one of those times, she was so frantic because someone stole her entire safe, and that whole ass safe contained hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of heroin, and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of cash stolen from her, you know? I have to wonder what happened to her. Am I gonna decorate or color eggs? I don't think so. There are no kids around, you know? I don't know. If there were kids around, I'd definitely do it, but I was just gonna make a nice Easter feast, you know, something that everybody would like to eat. I'm worried a lot of that will just go to waste. I don't really have an Easter egg decorating kit or anything like that. I mean, we do have food coloring. I guess you can let them soak in food coloring. Yeah, why not? I'll make some soft-boiled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and then let them soak in some food coloring. Have it with the feast. Eggs are really good for you. Oh no, I'm gonna wreck my nails. Oh well, it's okay. Can you elaborate on that, Sam? No, please don't. You have a lot of incels. We have a lot of incels who get triggered by women having personalities instead of just being eye candy online for them. Hello, how's it going? Hey, Michael. Yeah, I think I will. Yeah, you know, I wish that my sister's kids would come over, and I would definitely make them a special Easter basket of something or other. But that's something I gotta like order online and prepare for. Maybe next year I'll do something like that. But this time I'm just gonna go to the store. Hey, they might have Easter baskets there. But yeah, I'm just gonna get some stuff for a feast. I'm no Daddy Warbucks. I wish. Do my sisters visit me? Not very often. And by the way, this isn't my house. This is my parents' house. So no, not very often. Yeah, I live around a bunch of big burly men. Big burly men and a big ass burly dog. Could kick anyone's ass. Just saying. Just throwing that out there for shits and giggles. Shando's got, okay, from most to least. Okay, so he's got about 32% golden retriever, 27 or so percent boxer, 19% Rottweiler, 15% American Pit Bull Terrier, and 5% Mastiff. Mastiff. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Phil. But there's also this dynamic, if you will, where if someone hates a person, say Trump, then even if they were to save a drowning baby, they would still find something bad to say about him, you know? Just lies upon lies about that man. Like, oh, he's in the Epstein files. Yeah, you know what? Tons of people were mentioned in the Epstein files. That does not make them all guilty. That does not mean that they were on the island or messing around with minors. Doesn't mean that at all. In fact, he's in those files. He's mentioned in those files because they wanted to blackmail him because he was going to expose what Epstein was doing back when it wasn't even mainstream. No one talked about, Epstein Island or anything like that. But he was exposing them even way before. And that's the reason why they didn't want him, the leftist politicians do not want him to be president, because he is exposing those people. He's exposing the Clintons for who they are. And no one on the far radical left wants that. Five golden retrievers and a German shepherd. Nice. I love those dogs. Those are nice dogs. I love German shepherds, the way they look. They're very regal looking. Like the dog Charlie from All Dogs Go to Heaven. Yo, wasn't that movie? I love Don Bluth. His animation style. Like, he did, same guy who did All Dogs Go to Heaven did The Land Before Time, A Troll in Central Park, which was kind of a weird movie. And that one scene in All Dogs Go to Heaven where he kisses her goodbye and then floats off to heaven at the end through her window. That was so sad because the actress who played the little girl, who did the voice for the little girl, she actually died. And before that scene could be made. So actually Burt Reynolds, the guy who was the voice for Charlie the dog, those tears that came out of the dog's eyes were real tears. I believe all dogs go to heaven, yeah. I believe that. And there's a part of the Bible that says, like, the leopard will lie down the sheep and vice versa. That might mean that animals go to heaven, but they get along with each other, you know? I don't see why our beloved pets wouldn't be in heaven with us. I've heard that when you go to heaven, you get rewards depending on your behavior on earth. You get your own house or your own mansion. Why not your dog, you know? Yeah, I read the Bible. Got a problem with that? You gonna shame Christians because it's cool? Yeah. It's a nice thought. It's not like I know, but I hope. Animals have a free pass. I would hope so. I would hope so, but if not, animals save lives. I've been clean for 3 years. Animals are innocent, yes. A little greedy, though. Oh, he just ripped a beep. Shando just dropped a nuke. Bet you wouldn't have to walk, feed, or clean up after dogs in heaven. LOL, yeah. No shit. Literally, no shit. Ooh, love that stuff. Yeah, it makes most of us not care about eating the heroin. Makes me not care about showering, brushing. Makes me just want to lay down in a fetal position and drown in it, basically. And then after a time, you begin to deteriorate more and more and more. And it can be very dangerous. Or it is dangerous. It's Russian roulette. You know, most heroin is laced with fentanyl. And just a small speck of that can end someone. I was a heroin addict for 6 years. I've been clean for 3 years. Cats. Yo, there's nothing that says that all cats go to heaven. I'm kidding. Cats are nice. They're cute. But as a painter, I can't really keep them around very much because they destroy things. They knock things over. They get into my paint. They perform acrobatics on the table when I'm trying to paint. It's annoying. But cats in and of themselves, I do like them. They're cute. Just, I wouldn't have a cat myself because they're, well, they're I can't keep my paints up to dry, and I'm like to paint. How did I overcome addiction? Well, I surrendered. I knew how the rest of my life would pan out, either prisons, institutions, or death. Most likely the latter. Meaning, yeah. And I was aware of the fact that I almost lost my job. I would have lost my job if I kept using. I was suspended instead. Lost my apartment. Lost some friends. So-called friends. They weren't really friends. And it wasn't just because of my addiction that they stopped being my friend. But anyway, they tried to make it seem like it, but kind of fake people. What else? And they lied about me too. They lied about me. They were going around. I only bought 2 bottles of wine during the entire time I was living in that house with them. And it was because my ID was expiring in my birthday. It was expiring on my birthday. So I went to go get a couple bottles of wine for myself. They went around saying, like, adding on to the fact that they found out I was a heroin addict, that I was always drinking around them, which is a total lie. You know? I was not even blackout drunk. You know, I was just like in the, like, kind of skipping around, like, just like laughing and having fun, you know. I was completely aware, despite the fact that I was doing the H. And they went around saying that I was always drinking around them. Well, when I first met them, they were like, hey, you want to celebrate, go to this Halloween party with me? Do you drink vodka? Oh yeah, we drink vodka. And then when we signed the lease, we toasted with champagne, her bottle, her glasses. She had all these champagne glasses and stuff in the house. I didn't. And And then, she was all hunky dory with drinking and any type of drink, hard liquor, wine, champagne, and after she said all that, telling everyone I'm always drinking around her, oh, I'm such a victim. I went into the kitchen, looked into the recycling, and saw whole bags full of beer cans from her. Okay, it's one thing to lie when you're afraid. It's another thing to lie about a person. I have no respect for someone who lies about other people. You could tell that she's a pathological liar. Not only that, but she wanted for me to be her lesbian lover on OnlyFans. Like, hell no. Hell no. It's like funny how when you're a heroin addict, your sense of morality shifts. And there was one point where I was like, okay, we can do that. And then suddenly my senses came to me. I was like, what am I even thinking? Hell no. That's not me. And when I think part of the reason why she hated me so much in the end was because she couldn't make money off of me that way. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. It takes a lot of resilience and perseverance to overcome addiction. Easier said than done. Kudos to you, Anne. Thank you, Ganchi. I just cut off my long-term friend too, who was very disrespectful. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I had a friend from childhood who totally did a 180. Like we used to draw together. We used to play Dungeons and Dragons and go hiking and buy pocket knives and, you know, learn about survival guides and stuff like that. We were such good friends. And then she moved away, and her parents were really weird, especially her dad. Just like it was like a cult. They were part of this particular sect of Catholicism. And now I'm Catholic, but they were this sect that's really rare, very rare. Not many people. It's a very few people in this sect of the religion. Something's like they're the types of people who think that like the zombie apocalypse was coming and they'll be the only ones to survive because everyone else is an idiot. Like they think they're smarter than everybody else. They're very, I don't know what's the word for it, but anyway, so she's stuck with that person, like her dad, namely, in the boonies. And I went there once and I could not wait to get home. It was so isolated, so lonely, so boring. I just wanted to see some trees. But I went back home and everything was cool. Years later, when I was like in college, she started like bragging about how her boyfriend's a felon. She started bragging about how big his package is. She started, that's all that mattered to her was doink size. She would, and it was just really weird because the first guy she bragged about turned out he was physically and emotionally abusive. And then when she broke up with him, she started dating another guy, a felon. And I'm not judging people who have, a felon on their record. I mean, that doesn't mean they're a bad person. But why would she brag about that, Unless she's just super insecure. But that was not why I stopped being her friend at all, even though she was always trying to rub it in my face like, hey, I have a boyfriend, you don't. Whenever I talked about my boyfriend, she was like, she just ghost me or like completely ignore me or, and I was saying good things about him at that time. But anyway, so I had the friend Adrian, and we created a friends group because I wanted her to meet my friend Adrian because he's really cool. He's a really nice guy. But he didn't like, he was not for pugs. He did not like pugs very much because because the breeding process is kind of messed up in how they, the pug can't even breathe, right? Because of their nose being punched in. They breed them to look like that. Well, he had something, he didn't like that. Well, since my so-called childhood friend didn't agree with that, she said she started throwing out insults, just totally uncalled for, just because he personally doesn't like pugs. And I mean, I was trying to be the peacemaker and say, hey, pugs are cute, but they are bred to not be able to breathe, and that's probably why he doesn't like pugs, and blah 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 blah. She just blurted out, "Well, yeah, Anne likes men with small wieners," and she said that around the time that I broke up with my boyfriend, who happened to be Chinese. And I knew that not only she's being racist, and now she's assuming that I have a non-platonic relationship with my friend over here who's like 70. She's just insulting me left and right, and I've had it, man. Like, she just would not. This is something that's been going on, and I just stopped being her friend. I ghosted her, cause yeah, give her a taste of her own medicine. I didn't say anything mean back to her. I was just like, nope, not gonna put up with that. Bye bye. And it's a real shame though, because we used to paint and do anime, draw anime, and watch anime, and with Copic markers, and it was so much fun going to the art store with her. And yeah, it's just too bad. It's too bad. Maybe she'll find my channel. Oh, yeah, I mean, I have other friends. That was just my childhood friend, which is a shame because she was my childhood friend. But yeah, I appreciate it, you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah. I see some of you guys as friends. But I I have two other really close friends in my life. Yeah, dachshunds? Are you talking about dachshunds? Like the wiener dog? The short hair, the long hair. I like the short haired ones. We had some long haired dachshunds. The thing about dachshunds is you want to train them from a very, very, very early age. I mean, with all dogs, you want to train them from puppyhood, right? But dachshunds, if you don't, then they're just going to do whatever the hell they want. They're very stubborn if you don't train them outright. I know. Thank you. Thank you, CEO. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't really know each other very well, but at least you come to my channel a lot, and you're nice. Elastigirl? You mean from The Incredibles? That's funny. That's hilarious that you. I've had someone tell me that once before, and that's kind of hilarious. Yeah, I like big dogs. We had a pug from when I was 6 years old to when I was 17. And his name was Mason, and he looked like a total Jabba the Hutt. And in the summertime, or whenever the sun was out, actually, he'd go out to the front yard and lay out, splayed out on his back in the middle of the street. And a car would come along and start honking, and I was like, oh no, not again. and I'd run outside, pick up the pug, and apologize profusely to the driver as I'm carrying him back in. He'd just run right out and lay down in the freaking street like, looking like Jabba the Hutt. That was so funny. Yeah, people think I look like Juliette Lewis, too. You always remember how good it feels, but it ruins your life, yeah. I don't even think about how good it felt. I'm kind of trying to stay in the present. But the thing is, I don't even crave that stuff anymore, which is strange. Most people keep craving that. I feel like St. Maximilian Kolbe's helping me out here because when I was 17, I received the sacrament of confirmation and I chose St. Maximilian Kolbe as my patron saint, even though I've only learned about him a year or two prior. He became one of my favorite saints around that time. But since childhood, I loved St. Therese. She was my favorite then. And Joan of Arc and St. Francis of Assisi, etc., etc. But I chose St. Maximilian Kolbe, and I found out years and years later, like during the time I was in college, that he is the patron saint of drug addicts, eating disorders, families, like drug addicts. Yeah, I feel like he became my saint for a reason. When I first got my dog, she got scared when I dropped her retractable leash and she kept running into the street. Luckily, I managed to let the drivers know she was there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's frustrating. Yeah, we had a dog named Belle. She was a German wide-haired pointer, and she always pulled on the leash. She would not stop pulling on the leash. Anytime you take her for a walk, I was like 16 or 17, actually 17, around the time when the pug passed away. And I'd always jog with her. I was always running, because I was really health conscious, and I thought, oh, killing two birds with one stone. Take the dog for a walk. She's cool with that because she pulls and tries to run the entire time. So I'll run with her. So one time, she circled around someone's trash can, which was out on the sidewalk, and it fell over. And then she's just like, I accidentally let go of the leash because she's just like twisting around things. Yes. And she's just running all over the neighborhood like a doofus. I have to pick up that trash can and run after her. She's just like a crazy horse running all over the neighborhood. It was funny. See you later. After a while, Crocodile Ronnie. Thank you for coming to my channel. It was my favorite adult cartoon, King of the Hill. Hands down. King of the Hill. Thank you, John Woodmass. It's like dark cherry. It looks black, but they're like really, really dark red. I love that. Like black and cherry color. It's the closest color you can get to this very popular 90s nail polish color that Madonna wore. I forget. Let me see if I can find it on my computer. I can share it with y'all. Also, I can share my other information in case anyone would like to support that way or commission me for painting. Forget to do that. If I could show you this nail polish, which I don't know if they sell this specific brand anymore, but apparently this is the closest you can get. And I'm not sponsoring it, but all right. I always thought Elastic Girl sounded like Jodie Foster from The Incredibles, and I thought it was that actress for the longest time, but apparently it's someone else, right? Let's see. Yeah, it'd be cool if someone came out to sponsor me like that. I think my channel probably has to get bigger though. Which reminds me, if you guys could please subscribe, that's very, very, very much appreciated. Let's see here. First of all, share this stuff here. Okay, and then my apps.
Oh, go away, go away.
Shando the dog. Okay. And then my Instagram. You can find a lot of my art on my Instagram. Oh, go away. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Yo. Okay. Oh my gosh. Go away, ads. That's where it's not an ad, just weird pop-up. Okay, in Discord. Emerald underscore wing underscore 13473. Pin it. Okay, let me show you this nail polish. This is gorgeous. I think it's 1994. Forget what the brand was. Maybe it's Vogue. Ooh. Ooh, that's it. That's it. That's it right there. Gorgeous. Oh, it's Chanel Vamp. Chanel Vamp. And I'm not sponsoring it, but it's probably not. I don't think they sell it anymore. Vamp. Nail polish. Where are you? Oh, here it is. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Now, I have a thick, thank you, James. Appreciate that. Now, I have a thicker layer on, so it looks a little darker on me here. But it looks like that. Not beautiful. Oh, I love the colors. So beautiful. Oh, it's drying nicely. I just don't want to I gotta use the restroom, but I don't want to wreck my nail polish. Put a little top coat, fast drying top coat. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. Well, if you're trying to, I hope so. I hope you can have a kid if you want a child and you're ready. Yes. And when you do, congratulations. Children are a blessing. We should cherish them and treat them with care and respect. Teach them to respect others, but not to, we don't want our children to be doormats. We don't want them to, decimate themselves or shame them. Oh, that would be an honor, James. That would be an honor. I don't know if you mean that, but thank you. I mean, yeah, that would be an honor if someone named their kid after me. I would have no problem with that. I mean, I'm sure you have other people in your life, you know, who you could also name them after. But that would be such an honor. And one of these days, I would like to have kids too. One of these days, when I meet someone I love, who loves me back. And I know when I'm in love with someone, you know, I'm not going to settle for anything less than actually having a connection with someone and chemistry and all that. Very important. Very important. Oh, thank you, James. Yeah, some people do have a hard time with that, James. They do. Some people do have a hard time getting pregnant or, you know, having kids. I hear you. It's a dilemma for, I don't know how common it is, but it seems to be more common. I wonder if it's just becoming more common these days or if it's always been that way, or other people are now able to express these issues that they have online. But I'll keep, you know, if you're trying to have a kid, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Maybe say a little prayer for you. Because it sounds like you want to have a kid, and I hope you do. No, I'm 35. I'm 35, John Wood. Yeah. Eat healthy. Get exercise. Don't stress too much. Stress, I think might have an effect on potency. Let me look up ways that'll make it easier to have kids. Okay, I'll look that up. Let's see. Okay, to increase the likelihood of conceiving, optimize your health by tracking ovulation to identify your fertile window, maintaining a healthy weight, and eating a nutrient-dense diet. Key lifestyle changes include stopping smoking and reducing alcohol, taking prenatal vitamins with folic acid, and reducing intense exercise if underweight. Gotcha. So, they say a Mediterranean diet is best. So track ovulation, duh. Fertility diet. Focus on a Mediterranean style diet high in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats, avocados, and olive oil. nutrients. Ensure adequate intake of zinc, seafood and nuts, and iron, leafy greens and lentils. Very healthy. Weight management. Being significantly over or underweight can affect ovulation and hormone levels. Avoid toxins. Quit smoking and stop or minimize alcohol consumption, as these affect both egg and sperm quality. Manage stress, just like I said. Chronic stress can affect ovulation and sexual desire. Check medications. Review medications with a doctor to ensure they are safe for pregnancy. Timing and sex. Frequency. Regular intercourse every 2 to 3 days is recommended to ensure sperm is available during ovulation. Lubricants. Okay, blah, 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 blah. While not strictly proven, lying on your back for 10 to 15 minutes afterward can help keep sperm in place. Under 35, seek medical advice after 1 year of trying. Over 35, which is my age, I'm 35. Consult a fertility specialist after 6 months of trying. Okay. Screenings. Get blood work done for potential deficiencies and check immunity to diseases like rubella. STI testing. Treat any sexually transmitted infections like chlamydia that can hinder fertility. Ooh, common lifestyle changes. Cut caffeine. Limit coffee consumption to 1 or 2 cups, less than 250 milligrams per day. Moderate exercise. Regular moderate exercise improves fertility, but intense training, more than 5 hours a week, can reduce it in some individuals. Okay. It's interesting. Yeah. Oh. Yep, pretty much. Oh, it's not too late, man. Especially since you're a dude. You know, it's not too late for you to have kids. 40 is actually pretty young, especially for a guy, you know, to have kids in that aspect. Now, I know I might, if I were 40, I might be only able to have 1 kid. Maybe. My mom had her last when she was 46 or 47. So, yeah, that's possible. And not only that, but yeah, my youngest sibling is doing real well. I hope. They're in college now, so. Yes, consume a lot of food that has zinc. Thank you, James. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the donations, man. No, I don't date women. Okay, I'll be right back. My nails are dry and I have to use the restroom. Yeah. But yeah, in about 30 minutes, I'm going to end the live stream. I'm going to go to the store and get some ingredients for the feast. You're back. Baby boy.
Hi, dear. Hello. I'm back.
20s are the best for a lot of people, but not everybody. Some people have miserable 20s, miserable time in their 20s, and some people come into their own in their 30s, 40s, even 50s. Like some people are late bloomers. We're all different. And I was a miserable 20-year-old. I'm a lot happier in my 30s than I was when I was in my 20s, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I hope that you're able to conceive, man. I'll say a prayer for you, okay? I hope that you guys, I mean, good luck. 20s post college is so boring right now, man. Oh, I don't blame you. It is such a frustrating time, especially knowing that you spent all that money on college and then realizing that most people don't actually get a job that's based on their whatever they pursued in college. Yeah, it's hard to keep college friends for sure. Yeah, stress. Definitely. AI taking over their jobs? Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, my brother's got a degree in geology, and I don't really think he has a job in geology. Well, he doesn't. Did I take a break from lives? Oh, no. No, I've been doing it just about every day. Actually, yeah, I've been doing it every day. I just started doing it a little later in the day because I was not getting enough sleep. Well, you know, you stop being able to conceive once you go through menopause. You can still conceive and actually have a few kids after 35. 35 is not that old. I mean, the chances of a birth defect increase after the age of like 40 something. My mom had her last kid at like 46 or 47, and they're just fine mentally and physically. So, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a kid after 35. And, you know, I'm not sure. I heard about those statistics, but I hear people having kids in their 40s and nothing wrong with them, you know? I think just, especially in more liberal places, women are shamed for even wanting to have one kid. Oh, the world's too overpopulated, blah, 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 which isn't true. I mean, not in the sense that like, I hardly ever see kids around here. Hardly ever, you know? It's all a lot of old people. Hey, I'm doing good, Brian. How are you doing? Yeah, we have a limited number of eggs which run out at a certain age, usually at the age of like 50. That happens. That's usually at age 50. Now, there's premature menopause, but it's not very common, I don't think. Let me look that up. Okay, premenopause is a universal natural transition affecting 100% of women with functioning ovaries as they approach menopause. Perimenopause, I mean. typically starting in their 40s, but sometimes as early as mid-30s. That's perimenopause. While all experience the hormonal shift, roughly 75 to 80% experience symptoms ranging from mild to severe, including hot flashes, insomnia, and mood changes. When it starts, symptoms often begin 4 to 10 years before menopause, typically between ages 45 and 55. Yeah, typically between ages 45 and 55. Though they can start earlier. I mean, my mom was surprised when she had the last kid that she was able to conceive at the age of 46. But I think she went through perimenopause when she was like 47, 48, and it went onto menopause when she was in her 50s. Yeah. And it seemed to last a long time. That's so miserable, man. That looks so menopause. Like the hot flashes. I'd go into her room and the floor was like ice. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Mm. Hey, what if I got planned, Brian? I'm gonna end the live stream about 15 minutes and walk over to the store and do some grocery shopping so I can make an Easter feast, Easter dinner. Thank you, Phase G. Yeah, I was the skincare routine that I've been applying has been actually working. Because if you went back to a few of my other videos, like 5 days ago, I had this big bright red zit right there. It was a big one. And a few others, like a constellation right there on that side of my face. And what's really been helping me actually is and I promoted this in a short, but I'm not sponsoring it at the moment. It's this stuff, these acne pads with salicylic acid in them. And then I apply this spot treatment, which I'm not sponsoring it, by the way, right in this video. But this spot treatment, just a tiny, tiny, tiny layer on the problem areas. And then, once that's cured, I apply this butt cream. It's triple paste, zinc oxide, medicated diaper rash ointment. It prevents, treats, and soothes. I mean, this stuff is not expensive, and I've had this stuff for like a year, and look how much it's lasted me. I just add a tiny bit, tiny, lasts forever, and if you have any like reddened skin, like rash or anything, it soothes and it relieves things. Zinc oxide is really good. Highly recommend that. Not sponsoring it in this video. Again, gotta let YouTube know that. And then, of course, once that's cured, I apply this sunscreen. And I really like this sunscreen because it's not greasy, doesn't leave a white sheen. It feels very refreshing. It's a Japanese brand. I freaking love this stuff. Speaking of which, I should apply some before I leave the house. Some more before I leave the house. Yeah. Again, I'm not sponsoring it, but that's been really working for my skin. And I've got sensitive ass skin, yo. Thank you, James. I'm totally getting my money's worth. That's good stuff, and it's helping. You know, some people spend hundreds of dollars on skincare to get rid of blemishes. Like, this stuff hardly costs anything. And it really helps. You know, it's funny, like, people get so mesmerized by pretty packaging and, you know, when it comes to skincare treatments. They want the sparkly and shiny stuff and the pink stuff, and it's like, actually, dermatologists will tell you, certified dermatologists will let you know that. Thank you, James. Thank you very much. the certified dermatologist will let you know that the products you want to look out for that'll actually help are the ones that look boring, like CeraVe, for instance, or Neutrogena, which I'm not sponsoring. But those are the brands that you want to look for in terms of your skincare, the ones that look boring and clinical in appearance. You know, the ones that are all pretty and sparkly and shiny and colorful, they're usually really gimmicky and oftentimes don't even work. If not that often, they wreck your skin. So yeah, be careful of trendy, gimmicky things for stuff that you apply to your face. Thank you, Faze. Yeah, CeraVe's excellent. It is excellent. It works. It works very well. I like non-greasy formulas, like water-based. Super Water Gel, SPF 50. Yeah, this is my favorite sunscreen. It's hard for me to find a sunscreen that I like, actually. Thank you, Lewis. Yeah, it's also about food. Yeah, eating sugar makes me break out. Eating too much sugar, except I am going to make that sweet potato casserole today. Ain't no one going to stop me from that. But drinking lots of water is an absolute must. Drink lots of water, man. That'll clear up your skin quickly. I'm not going to make marshmallows. I did last time, and it did not turn out as I would have liked on the casserole. It created this crystalline topping that made the streusel not that good. It distracted from the streusel. And not only that, but the worst part about that was it imparted a layer right between the streusel and the sweet potato filling part that was gelatinous. Like the gelatin in those marshmallows seeped through into the pudding. And it was just weird. It was weird. It wasn't like Jello. It was like gelatinous jelly sweet potato. Weird. It was not good. I look like a guitar player. I always wanted to learn how to play the guitar. And you know what? I had a Fender guitar and got stolen at work. Someone promised to teach me how to play the guitar at work. And we had this basement that was kind of exclusive to the staff. No customers weren't allowed to go down there. But people would invite their friends down there and stuff and party and gang, like the coworkers and stuff. It was in the stock room, which is at the door that leads into the basement. And someone stole it. I don't know who. I have an idea. But since I don't know for sure, I'm not gonna, ponder the matter any further, but it is annoying. It was a nice guitar. Got stolen from me. I took piano lessons when I was younger, but I've completely forgotten. I should learn how to play the piano again. That'd be cool. Thank you. Yes, Faze, I do. I do use hair products. Let me show you. I'm not sponsoring these products, but I use Garnier shampoo, this brand of shampoo. It's in the other room, but it's at the apple scent. And then there's this other thing. Oh, let me show you. One second. I apply a hair mask. I apply a hair mask. So what I do is I wash my hair shampoo, right? And then I towel dry it. And then I apply this hair mask. And it's shea butter. It smells just like shea butter and coconut. I'm not sponsoring it, by the way, YouTube. But It's such a, I love shea butter, I love shea butter, man. But yeah, I apply that in my hair. I comb my hair first, and then I apply this, and I comb it through from the roots to the ends, and I leave this particular product, you want to read the directions, for 30 minutes. Then I take another shower, or I wash this off with cold water, cool water. It doesn't have to be ice cold, but cool water. And then after that, while my hair's semi wet, just towel dried, but kind of wet, I apply, well, first of all, if it's nighttime, I apply this stuff, and you don't have to apply it to wet hair, I don't think. No, you don't. You can just put this in your hair and then put a sleep cap on to kind of retain it. I do that at night, but in the mornings, and I'm not sponsoring it, YouTube. In the mornings, I apply, let's see. Ooh, I have this one here, which I'm not sponsoring, but it's gives you nice hair. You put this in your hair while it's still wet. And oftentimes I'll also apply this one. You can apply it to hair wet or dry. And I got 2 of these bottles for like $8. And it's one, actually, this is probably, I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot. It's got argan oil, plant keratin, yeah, it's really nice, especially in like humid weather when your hair starts to lie flat. Don't want to rinse this out either. You just add a quarter-sized amount, like, you know, the coin, onto your palm and just, and makes your hair look really nice. Yeah. I also take biotin supplements, biotin keratin supplements. Thank you, James. That's very kind of you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Come on. My chin isn't that big, Falconator. It really isn't. It's proportional. I know, man. Stealing someone's guitar is very dirty work. Very dirty work. That's very cruel of them to do that to me, you know? Ooh. You know what? I need to paint over the snail again. Not because I messed it up, but because I didn't even finish it. Weird angle, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Gosh. I'm a bit of a perfectionist with that sort of thing sometimes. I am Nigerian Prince. Quick, send me your credit card number so I can run away from the rebels, and in receipt you will get millions Zimbabwean dollars. Dude, yo, hell no. Yo, are you really trying to scam me, dude? We need to call Pierogi. Where's Pierogi? Get Pierogi on the line. Scammer payback. Have you ever heard of that guy? Have you ever heard of Pierogi from Scammer Payback? I love that guy. Look up Pierogi's channel called Scammer Payback. He knows exactly how to, he sounds exactly like an old woman. He knows how to sound like an old man or an old woman. And he pretends to be a vulnerable old person who these guys are always trying to scam so that he can, you know, bust them, essentially. You watched it on YouTube? Yeah. Me too. Like, it's so... That's one of my favorite channels, dude. I love that channel. Yeah, he hacks... Yeah, he hacks scammer call centers, exactly. Yeah, he's so funny, dude. And he sounds exactly like an old lady. He's so good. He's so freaking good. So yeah, The Last Man, if you're actually being serious there, just know that, sorry, bro, I have my wits about me, and I'm not gonna fall for that sort of thing. That's why you guys target old people who don't know any better, don't know how to use technology, probably have a hard enough time getting into their own damn email. Who assume that the world is good when, you know, they should be savvy that the world, but people just become more vulnerable as they age. It's like, why would anyone want to harm an old person? But, you know, it's like people are messed up and they'll prey on the vulnerable. It's disgusting. It's evil. What do I look like in April? Huh? I don't know what the question's supposed to be implying, man. What do you look like in April? Oh, I was just responding to a comment. Oh, don't be sorry, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, it's very much appreciated. It's very much appreciated. Thank you for the donation. I got a guitar for $50. The only thing is it has metal and nylon strings. Takes a while to hold a tune. And no information control. He served in vigilante justice. Even law enforcement provided him with malware. Yep. Yeah, I was wondering, like, how do you do that, right? Because that would be such a cool job, trolling scammers and making them pay. Get, you know, bringing justice. That would be such a cool job, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that as a job, but I probably wouldn't be that good at it. I wanted to see what my name looked like. I once had an eye with my green name. I once has an eye with my green name. Oh yeah, you know, you have, it's funny, you have a different badge now. Oh, thank you, FaZe. I mean, I'm not perfectly symmetrical. Hardly anyone is. They say that, like, Kate Moss is completely symmetrical, but, I don't know. You have to be tech savvy for that job. Oh, I know. And I'm definitely not that, unfortunately. Maybe if I took a class or something, but yeah, I've never been that tech savvy. My brother is, though. Kinda. Why'd I do that? We would be if mothers would stay off alcohol. What do you mean? My mother was never on alcohol. My mom never drinks, and never did, especially when when she was pregnant. Locked up around screens all the time. No thanks. Yeah. I'd have to know what it entails. I can't imagine that he's just constantly in front of the screen, but I don't know how long he's doing that. For how long he's doing that. Actually, seems like it can go on for quite a few hours. But he makes a lot of money. I'm sure he gets to go on nice vacations. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about our, especially Generation X. You know, it's really they're way more tied to the screens than us millennials, or at least I had a childhood rollerblading and camping and playing outside with my friends and stuff. Now I never see kids playing outside. They're all inside doing stuff on their phones or whatever. That sounds good. But I'd have a lot of fun with that job if I were good at it. It's so funny seeing them get so mad once they know they've been caught red-handed. Oh, thanks, James. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's very kind of you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kyle. Jesus loves you too. Hey, baby boy. Yes, we'll get ready to go. I just messed up this one nail. I'm waiting for this one nail to dry. Huh. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I intend to do. Sell my art. I'm from the USA. But yeah. I'm from the USA. Why do you want to know? Curious. You want to know my name and where I live approximately? Meaning, I mean, you asked me what country I'm from. I have no problem with that. But, like, why are you asking both those questions? I mean, it's just, I don't know. I get a little suspicious the more I do this with, like, why people, some people really, little by little, they ask one question, then they ask another. Little by little, they try to gauge my exact location. I'm afraid of that. So, gotta keep my wares about. Whatnot is free and simple to get going. It's actually fun. What is that? What is Whatnot? Okay. Try Whatnot and sell your art. Okay, I'll check that out. Oops. What? It's an app. Whatnot is a popular, fast-paced live shopping app. Okay, that combines video, chat, and auctions for collectibles, fashion, electronics, and specialty items. It enables users to purchase items via live auctions or buy now options. It is highly engaging, often featuring giveaways and community-focused interactive shows, particularly for trading cards and vintage items. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll download that. Yeah, gotta write that down though so I don't forget. I know I will. Whatnot. That down. Let's see. Whatnot. Goodness, thank you, James. crazy I found you in this wild world. I promise I'm not a creep. I'm just trying to have a kid with my sweet, beautiful wife. Well, thank you, James. I appreciate that, and I wish you all the best of luck. And I will say a prayer for you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It really helps. Very kind of you. How much has transport leadership raised the gas per gallon where you live? Well, that's difficult because, I mean, I don't know. Since it's a liberal state, we don't get that much funding due to the defiance of our government. No, it's not Trump's poor leadership. It's the fact that he can't get things done when liberals try to impede him. When liberal leaders and governors and judges try to impede him. Now he's doing his best to get to help people and get things out, and they're just not cooperating. Not only that, but if you're close to California, then it's kind of messed up. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of everything. I don't know much about, like, whatchamacallit. I forget what it's called, but what? Yeah, you think I'm an idiot because I'm a Trump supporter. Wow. Why don't you go to hell? I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of people lying about him. And anytime any of the crimes are debunked and, like, he hasn't committed them, they try to find something else, or they go along repeating the same lies. That's idiotic. That's idiotic. Bye-bye, Ralph. You're a moron. Yeah, I don't know. They're calling me an idiot because I support Trump. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm like a die-hard supporter. Like, there are a few things he's done that I don't approve of. Like, the way he handled the Epstein files could have been better. I don't know the ins and outs of that and how, like, what's stopping him from just releasing all the files, except that maybe there's national security issues. They got to redact all the victims' faces or survivors' faces. There are lots of things. They could be threatening him and his family, The Clintons are heavily involved in that shit. I'll bet he's a big supporter of the Clintons. But yeah, I mean, I didn't approve of how he responded to Rob Reiner's passing away. Didn't think that was cool. But all in all, he's a good president. He's been achieving most, if not all, well, just within the first year, he achieved a lot of what he said he was going to achieve in his presidency, keeping America safe again. Hey, I'm doing good, thank you. And lovely time here, but have to hit the hay now. See you soon, maybe when you're on later. Yeah, I'll be on later. Thank you, Ganchi. I'll see you later. You take care and have a good rest. Oh, the only reason why they called me an idiot is because I'm a Trump supporter. They probably saw my shirt. See? Fight, fight, fight. Take care. Bye-bye, Ganchi. Yeah. Yeah, he needs better backup because the liberals, the left is trying to prevent him from accomplishing everything because they don't want him to look like a good president. They want him to look bad. That's why they try to close the government down so many times. They want, because they know that he's going to get blamed for it, even though it's their fault. You know? It's sick that people fall for that. It's absolutely sick. Oh, the word I was looking for, tariffs. I don't know the ins and outs of what, you know, tariffs are, or whether it's like I think it's a long-term plan, you know, so we won't be beholden to other countries that take advantage of us. But I think most people don't understand what tariffs are exactly. I think most people are confused about that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You know, it's funny how these people, like, just because they can see you're a Trump supporter, the first thing they resort to is insulting you, name calling. How grown up, how mature. You're a good boy. Oh, you need me to open that door a little more for you? Of course. Of course. Okay, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Yo, 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 happy Resurrection Sunday. You get it. Thanks. Happy Resurrection Sunday. Happy Easter. What you guys gonna be doing for Easter? Huh? Yep. It's a good day to wake up. It's a good day. You know, this is a good month for Easter. It is. It's nice and it's, you know, the sun's coming out. It feels like a new day, this is where we should have like New Year's resolutions, you know, around springtime when it's sunny and the flowers are beginning to bloom again. That's right. Okay. Hello. Hey, Sarah. Thank you, Jared. Jared, yes, we're having a great day.
Oh, Shando, and don't you worry, puppy breaths. Puppy breaths. We're gonna go to the store together. Pooh Bear. Oh my goodness gracious. Teddy bears. Teddy bear. I love you, yes. Yes, the jowls. Yes, the cuddle bears. Jowls. Yes, of course, your sweetheart. I love you. You're an angel. And of course, he's a cuddle bear. He does. I'll bet he'd love the Easter egg hunt. Bet he'd find all of them very fast. Goodness, you licking your elbow gear? Yeah, we gotta wash that. I got a hand washer. I'll do it before we go to bed because he needs something to lay down on with his elbows. He's developing hygromas, which is why he needs that. So, yeah, tonight I will wash it. I was gonna wash it last night, but I was too busy cleaning the whole house and I was sweating bullets. Did it until like midnight or 1 in the morning. Yeah, he's a chill dog. He's a very chill boy. So, hoping that's dry. Yeah, well, as a Catholic, I do believe in repentance. Who said I didn't, unless you're talking to someone else? Resurrection is coming for all of us, and you'll be the Christ because Christ is within you. Yeah, we're made in the image and likeness of God. I believe that. We are made in the image and likeness of God. And I'll put my shoes on. I wonder what the temperature is today. It's always good to know in the springtime because it's super unpredictable here. Springtime. Okay, usually it shows me the temperature right here. Let's see, what is the temp? Oh, it's 76 today. Holy crap. That's pretty damn warm. Let me check that again. Seriously?
Very nice weather for Easter. That's like perfect weather. 73. Okay. 73 right now. Okay. That's still perfect. I'd say between 70 and 75 is perfect, or between 68 and 75, I should say. Hey, I'm getting ready to go to the store. I'm gonna get my shoes on. Yeah. Yeah, well, we're not the ones to judge other people. Only God can judge, you know? I know people like to be all self-righteous and judge other people and act like they're somehow have some godly authority and what's moral and what's not. Only God can judge me. Only God can judge you. Not my right to judge, not anyone's right to judge. I mean, we do judge because, like, we're all a little judgmental as people, as a species, because it's like a survival mechanism. It's so that we can gauge threats, and it's kind of where it originates with us. But in terms of morality, only God can judge. Like, you know, there are people who try to judge you just because you were an addict and treat you like you're a bad person. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Anyone can become an addict. Anyone can fall. It's, yeah, they judge God when they judge me. That's a good way of putting it. Absolutely, Heather. Everyone judges, absolutely. But some people still think they're like the moral authority and self-righteous and all that, holier than thou, and they're the ones, you know, contradicting and projecting, and they fail to remember that they're not God. You know, they can't determine a person's morality and worth just because they don't approve of them, you know? We judge in ways of like, okay, I don't approve of that person, what they do. I don't approve this or that. But outright saying someone is going to hell or that they're a bad person is just wrong, because only God can determine that. Mm-hmm. Oh, I've said my name is Anne. Okay, that's all people need to know. My name is Anne. I was just a little I'm just a little suspicious of people who ask me where I live, what's my name, and then they're going to go on to the next step of asking me more in-depth questions. But no, I have no problem telling you my first name. I always mention my first name too, so it's really no problem. It's nice, 63 degrees. That's good. Everyone will judge themselves in God's presence. Well, pretty much, yeah. Everyone is Judge Judy. Your nephew elbowed you in the nose. Oh no, that's a lot of nerve endings there. Are you okay? That must have hurt a lot. Oh yeah, well yeah. I assumed just as much that it was an accident. How old is your nephew? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna get my tennis shoes on. Okay, they are. Here they are. Because I'm about to go to the store and get some ingredients for Easter. And I'll start another live stream, okay?
What do you think of that, Shando? He's looking at me. He's looking at me, buddy. I love you too, honey bears. Honey bears. What an angel. What an angel. Such a little sweet prince teddy bears. Are you shy? You shy? Okay. He's a little shy with the camera. Mm-hmm. Let's put my shoes on now. Okay, I don't want to break my nails by putting these on. There we go. Seriously? Oh no, that's not right. I see. Okay, cool. So guys, before I leave, just please like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. We're gonna go buy and put my shoes on. We're gonna go to the store. You wanna go to the store on adventure? Aw, yes, we're gonna go. Yes, we're gonna go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, here he comes. Oh my goodness, yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Wow. Oh, thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. I appreciate that very much. Ooh, let me see if I can fix this here. Yeah, I don't want it to fall. Here we go. Yes, we're gonna go. Yes, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the store. We're gonna go to the store and get some ingredients. Can I have a kiss? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Can I have another kiss? Can I have another kiss? Just one more. What are you sniffing? Yes, we're gonna go to the store. Can I have another kiss? Oh my goodness, okay. God bless the USA indeed. Thank you. Oh, you big lug. Yeah, we need the exercise, kiddo. Get some good old walking. It's kind of a long ways. It's a bit, well, it's a 45-minute round trip. But that's not including walking all over the store. It's about 25 minutes there, and then to another 25 minutes back. Depending on how fast I walk. I like walking. And I asked my dad last night if he could give me a drive home since I'm going to be carrying a lot of groceries. He said he could. So I'll let him know that I'm going to the store now. Yeah, walking is really good for your constitution. Absolutely. Running too much, running all the time on hard cement is not good for your knees and joints. But I mean, running every now and then, especially like on a hiking trail or on a softer, more like bouncier surface is a lot better for you than running on cement. That can really wreak havoc on your joints. Shando's my baby. He was just a little 7-pound puppy when I adopted him. And now he's 105 pounds at 3 years old. I mean, he got up to that weight around the age of like a year or so. Maybe a year and a half. He grew fast. He's a big dog. He's a real dog. You're a real dog, Shando. You're a bona fide, high caliber, alpha, high apex predators. Oh, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Hi. Hey, Bossy Truthy. I'm about to end the live stream soon. I'm gonna go to take Shando, go to the store and get some Easter feast ingredients and such. Buy some more cream of wheat. Craving my cream of wheat, actually. Thank you, Pablo. Appreciate it. Especially the USA has so many states, so people not going to know exactly where you locate if you don't give a city name. Yeah, precisely. A little bit cat eye. Just a slightly, very subtle. Don't tell me what to do, fly. Why are you telling me to do that? Like you think I act like I'm on drugs or something, or that I need that right now? You know what? People don't feel like doing things like that when you come out and demand that they do it. Like, go do that. Like, you don't have any power over me. Thank you, James. I know. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really, really do. I'm gonna get my sweater. We're gonna go to the store and celebrate Easter. So, let's see what I got. Let's see. Oops. I fixed that so it doesn't fall. Yeesh. Alright. Okay, which sweaters? Okay, you know what? I don't even need a sweater today. Well, a sweater, not a coat. Ooh, there. I'll put this one. Get ready to go, buddy. Go to the store. You looking forward, kiddo? Of course you are. Oh, well, thanks. Thanks. It's not even really my bed, technically. I mean, I guess it is kind of now. I bet they have their own bed by now. But it's just the bed that happened to be in this room when I moved in. I actually have a much cooler bed. It's in the shed, all taken apart. It's this, you know, that fountain 1940s style furniture that's like curved. It's like that. And it's a dark wood color and really high off the ground. It's really nice. Yeah, I'll take that up once I move out. All right. Yes, we're gonna go, baby boy. Yes, 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 indeed. Let me fix this a little bit.
finish up a bit here. There we go. Okay. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for the gift, Yankee. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for all the donations, James. That's, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. And it really helps. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. Thank you, FaZe. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Ganchi, if you're still here. And thank you, everyone who's been here and who's newly subscribed to the channel. It's very much appreciated. And happy Easter. And I'll start another live stream soon, okay? And Sheffield James, I'll get into that on my next live stream, okay? We'll talk about that next live stream, but I got to get going. Thank you very much, Yankee. Appreciate it. All right. Yes, I'm going to go grocery yes, I'm going to have another live stream later today while I'm cooking the Easter feast. So it's going to be fun. All right. Thank you. Okay, I will check out Whatnot. I have it written down right there. Yeah, we're going to have another live stream today. Yes, Heather. Yes. When I get home from the store, I'll let you know the approximate time that I'm going to start it. Nice. Well, wonderful. I'm glad. I'm happy that you're excited. All right, guys. All right, gang. Much love. See you later, okay? Happy Easter. God bless.